until he wakes up.
You don't have to do that.
And if this young man is sick, I am taking him to a hospital.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you, Nana.
Hey, what's going on? Syntell with the Intel. I'm here with the beautiful Mikel-Claire.
Don't you mean I'm here with the handsome Syntell?
Bang, bang. Yes. Dahmer. Woo.
I'm mad at the bang bang when you're talking about Dahmer.
Oh my gosh. Dahmer is just, it's challenging to watch.
Yes,
Episode 5, ladies and gentlemen. It has been tons of fun. Thank you so much for joining with us. You've been enjoying it so far?
Yeah, I don't know if fun
really
is the
good.
word I'd use, but it is super, it's definitely intriguing.
Yes, yes. And if you need to catch up with some of the previous episodes 1 through 4 will be in the link in the description. Hey, let's just get this bad boy started. Give us those thumbs up so the people know you digging what we're giving you. All right, let's get started.
Thanks, Netflix.
Maybe, thank you.
Right, we're not sure yet.
Scarring me.
We're not sure.
No.
We're thankful.
Ugh.
Yep.
Well, don't bring home any chocolate. I'm watching my figure.
That's right, Nana. Watch your figure.
Got another job
I don't
again?
think they're paying you for doing nothing. Why don't you want to talk about it?
Something to talk about. You just fix the chocolate all night long.
All right.
Goodness, what does he work? He work for C's? He is just so mean.
Whenever you want to be mean to your grandmother, crack open a
Gosh.
Budweiser.
Smoke a Marlboro. Oh, if that doesn't look like somebody's old break room.
Yeah. I remember the old coffee machines like that, though.
Cold drinks. Look, cold drinks, not pop.
It's Victim.
Probably. He's got the head in the box.
What year was this again?
1987.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, look, that's one of his.
Let's see that smile.
Uh-huh.
Went to the wake and everything.
Damn.
And that's when I decided I was going to dig him up.
What?
What did you plan on doing?
Are you for real?
Well, he was still fresh and just,
He was only 18. Said.
hold him.
You know how determined you have to be to dig 6 feet deep with a shovel by yourself? That's a lot of dirt. That's what I'm thinking.
It was March and the ground was too hard and it would have taken forever, so...
Okay, at least they addressed that. I'm like, word?
I would have done all this stuff after.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Might have
It was
just been the end of it.
sick. He
He
thinks
said
that
it.
would have been the end
That's
of
what he
it.
said. He said it would have been the end of it.
Look at the
think
look
so.
on the cop's face.
The guys were just, the one thing in my life that I could control.
Man, get a dog.
I was just about to say that.
Going about this the wrong way, interviewing him. But I get it. I understand that frustration.
Both Steves.
That guy is so aggravated. To the grandma's house, huh?
Grandma waking up in the morning like, it smell like cheeks in here.
Oh my gosh. Don't you mean intestines?
Ugh.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
That's just crazy to me.
Down in the fruit cellar at Nana's house.
Butt naked.
What's a fruit cellar?
I have no idea. You can't even look at him.
Not until they're deceased, probably, and then it's on like Donkey Kong. Remember we were talking about the up close shots, intimate?
Yeah.
Nana, why do you want fruit at 2 in the morning?
At that point, I just kind of panic. You know, like my grandma was going to come down there and find him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's no mastermind and nothing like that. He just
Oh my gosh. Nana, you got rotten fruit down there.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Can I just get the electric chair, you think?
Damn.
Jeff,
He's so nonchalant. He's gonna live with the smell
why
of
don't you
death.
think she did anything? I mean, that smell. Flesh decomposing, that's...
He is us right now,
Yes, he
asking
is.
all of these questions.
Yes, and he's so aggravated.
But when she found my altar, she kind of blew her top.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Because it looks satanic.
I bet when you open that door, that smell is gonna be something god.
Oh, I'm
It
sure.
is here.
Ice cream maker.
What? What the heck?
Is that acid? No, blood? Oh, I thought he put it in his mouth. I thought he put it in his mouth for a second.
I think that one was a skunk. Oh, you think so, Jeff? You think you could have washed the skunk sludge down the drain a little better? Jeez, Jeff! Sorry.
You still got it on your hands.
I think he's wiping it off right now. Yeah, he's wiping it off.
I just kept waiting to get caught. You know, every cop car I heard, I thought they were coming for me. But,
They never did. Okay.
there was never any story about anybody going missing or anything like that.
And why do you think that was?
He is so us. Man.
What's long periods? Like 2 days?
This one time, I really did screw up.
Just once?
I mean, he's been screwing up the entire.
No, it was just one time. Just one time. Oh yeah, he probably cut the wires or something.
I'm still getting over the fact that he just, threw the bodies in a trash bag and just tossed it. No.
Throw it out.
Jesus.
Can I help you?
What? I seen you at the bar.
Then I cut your wires on your car transmission.
This is a rough area. You shouldn't just be like sitting there. Come on, let's grab a taxi before we get robbed.
He's a lot easier, more confident in himself with it now.
I'm aging myself, by the
A
way.
little bit. Teeny tiny bit.
But you remembered Sanka. Nana is probably so afraid.
Look how old that microwave is.
Yeah, don't remember those. Maybe. No.
Yeah, I remember the knob ones.
Yeah. Oh, he's got penny loafers. Or some kind of loafer.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Just sit down a sec. There you go. Just relax. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, I just...
Who was that?
It's just my friend.
I didn't know you had black
She had
friends,
too much to
Jeff.
drink. She said, I didn't know
Well,
you
it's
had
not
black
the
friends.
1920s anymore. What? He's just a little wasted, Grandma.
I will not have some stranger dying in my house.
Right?
A little late for that, though.
Right? I know.
Now go back to bed.
He would have to leave my home. He'd have been have to leave my home. I don't care who he is.
Until he wakes up.
You don't have to do that!
And if this young man is sick, I am taking him to a hospital.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you, Nana.
You want to
my
go
house.
up to your room, fine, but I am staying right here. And you can bet your sweet Bippy your father's going to hear about this.
Your sweet Bippy. Oh, Nana.
This guy has no idea how lucky he is.
None. If he's even still alive. Because he might have gotten him in the morning. Yeah, see?
Then I just don't know.
I need some money, Grandma.
He's going to kill him at his house, at the other house.
Okay, thank you.
if that guy does know. The real guy. If he knows that this was him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's the end of the line.
This is the end of the line.
Oh my gosh. What if he got hit by a car right here after he survived? What kind of... I mean, I know they showed what kind of drugs he gives them, but... He must give them a whole lot. At least somebody found him. Looks like he's at a hospital now. Yeah.
Where am I?
Dang.
You OD'd.
Yeah, he lucky he ain't died from exposure either.
You should talk to the police.
He does remember where he was, though.
Maybe, but you know, when you come off of something crazy, your memory ain't always 100%.
Yeah.
He's blonde. He isn't allowed in anymore on account he's drugging people.
They don't care. Look at him.
Okay.
Look how you wrote the note.
I mean, he's black and gay in the 80s.
Well, and he's not going to go down to the...
No, just Satan's skull.
No.
Go in the basement. That's
I
where I,
don't
keep
even know
all my
what they
stuff.
would look like. But sure, I mean, it's right upstairs. You want to come take a look?
If I were Nana, I'd be like, go down to the fruit cellar.
What was he arrested for?
I can't divulge that information.
Thank you for your time.
It's so frustrating.
Oh, Lord, don't go back to that place. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, no, no. I would not go back to that bar. I would not. I mean, I know they're in Wisconsin and there's probably not a lot of places to go, but I would not go back there.
Oh, man, I just want to just steal them so bad. Just...
Throat punch.
But I get why he didn't, because you go to jail for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're the one harassing, and then he's out there killing more people.
Yeah.
It's infuriating.
She got to kick him out.
She has
should have
to.
been kicked him out. but
I'd
still.
have kicked him out a long time ago. When he cussed at her that first time, when he exploded about the mannequin,
Yeah.
it'd have been a wrap. He's got to go.
Nana and these folks, guardian angels.
Just those two, yeah. But those three before.
Luke.
They said 10 o'clock, so that means he's super young too, probably.
He's putting it in the chocolate. Oh, okay, that's just sugar. Okay, I thought he was like putting the...
Remember how the sugar in the coffee that one time at the cafe? So now it's like, you know. You know the crazy thing? We already know nothing's going to happen to this man.
I mean, it's just... That's just crazy to me.
We already know. They had noise canceling headphones back then? Look at the supervisor. Oh. They're like, we knew he was creepy. He'll be out in 2 hours.
You know, that...
I'm willing to do you the favor of leaving out the exact nature of your misconduct. Does that sound fair to you?
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't know how much longer I can watch this show. I don't know how much longer I can watch it. I feel like literally sick. More so sick about that than about what he actually does to these people. The fact that he gets away with it every single time.
Because we're at our wits' end with you, Jeff. Our wits' end!
Just now?
Roast is going to take about another 10 minutes.
I hope you made the meatloaf.
You want another beer?
Look at him drinking.
Yeah, thanks.
They're going to give him beer because he's going to the big house. How come that doesn't stink?
It's wrapped up in that saran wrap.
That don't mean it doesn't stink.
I feel you, but it's the only logical explanation I could think of.
I mean, I knew it was wrapped, but you can't wrap because it's been some years.
Baseball cards.
You're not gonna tell me, are you? Oh, fuck, I'll break the fucking...
Come on, Dan. What the heck?
He's going to get it out right now.
Better throw their head out the window or something.
He has the key. You know he does. Don't take a knife up there. I know that much. The screwdriver.
It's just some pornos.
Play.
Put them in there so Grandma wouldn't find them. Sorry.
He has the head floating in formaldehyde.
Yeah, so that's why it doesn't stink. I wondered. It's infuriating.
It's just maddening.
I'm infuriated. I literally, I just.
So what were you doing at the state fair, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I was just peeing outside. I didn't know anyone could see.
He is infuriating to me.
People are out to get me, Dad. I don't understand it either.
It's so infuriating. Like I can feel tears.
I am having trouble understanding you. Could one of your children maybe help us out here?
It's infuriating. Infuriating.
That has had great success in treating alcoholics, and that Jeff's placement in such a program is critical to his future.
They're gonna let him go, I bet. Just put him in the rehab. How much time of that year do you think you spent in there?
A fraction of it.
Yeah, how much?
A year, let's see, probably a month. Oh, no, you did the full year.
But he was on work release, though. I would not take him to my mother's home. I know it's his child, and I get that, but a week at your mother's home with all of this stuff? Here we go again. Back on the streets. The predator. Seeking his prey.
That's his new spot.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Home sweet home. Oh, he's deaf. He's like, that's your home?
And the beat goes on.
Imagine how much time he had it there to like plot and plan and think about how he was going to maneuver and all that stuff. And
I mean, I've heard on numerous occasions, and also it's said in movies too as well, where they say like going to prison is more or less like, you know, going to a like a camp to learn how to do the things you do easier. Like if you're a drug dealer, going to prison, you learn how to get better at it because you're surrounded by people who take part in those and that kind of stuff. Or you have time to think on how to correct your mistakes, not necessarily to correct your mistakes and to stop doing something wrong, but to make sure you don't get caught again.
yeah, so it's not, a lot of times it's not rehabilitation.
Yeah,
it's not rehabilitation. It's actually like a retreat to kind of learn and hone on your craft.
Yeah. It's almost like a reinforcement of the negative stuff that you've already been doing. Mm-hmm. I've said a million times about how, you know, flawed the justice system is. Mm-hmm. And I think the best representation in this show showing it is the black police officer that's in the interrogation room. Because nobody in this show has really shown in any way the displeasure and the absolute just ridiculousness of the fact that this man is plotting on this certain group of people, plotting on the ridiculousness of how you're able to continue on this path without no resistance. And that cop, the looks on his face and the frustration, it's like he's definitely us in that sense. It's like, how is this continuing to happen? nobody sees like the absurdity of this. You said that you're frustrated to the point where it's like it's almost unwatchable.
It is to me, like, because I feel like I'm very. You have your headphones on. I don't know if you remember.
Oh,
if you know that. It's very infuriating, and I think my anger is more so. What's infuriating because I just don't understand. Like me watching Dahmer, and I know this is an actor portrayal, right? Mm-hmm. Me watching him, you can tell that something is a little unstable, or possibly there could be some mental health stuff going on there. And I just don't, it's hard for me to understand how like there weren't people or services that were willing to kind of be like, hey, he needs to get an assessment, or you know what I mean? Like even the dad is like, he reached out to the judge because he knew something was going on, and still nothing has happened. And he still dropped him off at Nana's house for the week, and then he had him find his own apartment. There was still no, what's the word I'm looking for? No intervention whatsoever. And that is infuriating to me. I'm
trying to look through the lens of the time, right? Mm-hmm. And mental health advocacy is one of those things that has really in the forefront over like the past, 5 to 10 years, more so than I can ever possibly remember.
Okay.
All right. But back then, it was probably more of an afterthought when concerning people that are like in jail and or prison. Because you also have to keep in mind that why would you put those type of resources when a lot of these jails and prisons that are in the city centers are predominantly people of color?
I agree.
So it's like, why would there be those kind of efforts that would be put in there when the system itself doesn't give a damn about these people to begin with?
But I'm not even talking about by the time he got to prison, because there were other opportunities along the way prior to that.
Okay.
He got discharged from the military.
Yeah. For drinking.
And nothing was done as far as rehabilitation was concerned while he was in there. Once they discovered what he was doing, none of that I'm aware of. Right. Obviously, I don't know, but it wasn't shown in this, so I'm just assuming, right? Mm-hmm. Just making a huge assumption. Mm-hmm. When he was in school, nobody did anything. Nobody. Yeah. That I'm aware of based off of what I've seen.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about those opportunities prior to getting there, because he was a part of a Caucasian family, a middle class appearingly so, based off of the house, and you know what I mean? So why was it that before then, none of that occurred? When they do want to put the resources and the funding into that type of situation versus when you get to the point of being incarcerated.
Yeah, I think, because I think he was just a victim of the times regarding noticing things like that. Because when I was a kid, none of these conditions had names. You were just crazy. It was just good old fashioned crazy. There wasn't anything about ADHD or depression or bipolar, and like none of that existed in the 80s that I remember. It was never addressed. If it did exist, it wasn't pushed to the forefront of like, this is a real condition that you should be looking at. The only thing that I could think of that would raise some flags would just be alcoholism, because that was a thing. Alcoholism has been a thing since the 20s or whatever. It was since forever. But like the stuff that we see as context clues that something is wrong, I don't think any of that was addressed due to the time.
I agree to an extent, but not really.
Okay.
If you were talking about like the 1960s or something, then I would agree with you.
Okay.
You're talking about 1987.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
1978. And I think that we're not as cognizant of it because we were young. We were children. We're not going to be in the rooms with clinical psychiatrists and therapists and clinical people that provide clinical services to people and be in the room and hearing the conversations about mental disorders because of the stigma that's attached to it, not necessarily because it wasn't available.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So in our community, to this day, a lot of times mental health isn't really discussed or thought about or the first line of attack for certain things and issues and behavioral things that are happening.
Right.
So I feel like that is more probably the case for 1987 than, say, it not being available or known about.
Okay. I respect that side of the process. Okay. I guess the other thing, let's kind of change gears just for a second, and we get a chance to see a victim that gets away and the process of them Well, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah.
2 victims that get away, both of them being minorities.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, I think his name was Rob or Ron.
Ronald, yeah.
Yeah, like he did everything that you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he even brought up something that was really poignant. He's like, well, what were the other things that he was previous charges?
Yeah.
And he was still protected. And he was like, you'll take the word over somebody who is already a proven criminal over somebody who is not.
Yeah.
And they just kept it going. And there's that moment, the frustration when he's going back to the bar with Ron and he sees Jeff bringing his next victim into the car. And he intervenes and he just has that stare off because you have no power, none, no power. And even to do the thing that you should do, and that's sock him in his damn mouth, you know, you don't even have the power to do that.
Same with the family in the courtroom.
Yeah. The poor father.
Yeah. The family in the courtroom could do nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And it goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like Dahmer was not some mastermind killer. He wasn't Hannibal Lecter. He wasn't like this thing that he was a sloppy, disgusting, vile dude who didn't give a damn. And let's be honest, his privilege let him get away with everything.
Absolutely.
And it's just...
That's the bottom line.
That's just infuriating.
That's the bottom line. This dude molested a 13-year-old child and has pictures, which he probably still had.
Yeah.
And he gets convicted and sentenced to a year. But don't worry, your job won't know.
Yeah.
Nobody will know what's happened to you because you look like my grandson.
Yes.
And my grandson turned his life around and owns a car wash. That's infuriating to me. I'm very aggravated.
Yeah.
I have no words. What do you think? Okay, I'm switching gears like you said a little bit.
All right.
The dad and his emotion, his guilt, his feelings about everything, his helplessness.
I think the only thing, he's falling into that thing where I want to help my son at any cost, but unless he is hit with the absolute honest truth of what his son is doing, he's going to remain oblivious to it and just kind of like slough it off as whatever, the kids being kids, whatever it is. And then he has that moment where he's like replaying all of the stuff
The
in
red
his head,
flags.
all of the red flags. And even then I don't know if he's going to try and put Jeff into some type of institution or whatever it is to get it corrected. Yeah. So until he gets the call and he's sitting in front of these police officers and he's like, yo, your son has been murdering people and eating the body parts and all of that other stuff, which really makes me call back to that moment that he has. Was a really great moment from an acting standpoint that the actor has of him letting it wash over it, and he breaks down a little bit, and then he builds himself back up.
Yeah.
And then like that really holds a more poignant moment to me in my head, because he's still in that space of a bit of denial, maybe like he's had all the red flags. He's seen all of this stuff, and then his finally come to a head, and he's still kind of like trying to gain his composure regarding all this. Like, we're past you gaining your composure. Like, this is a horrible thing that you have let slide multiple times. Because we're what in 19
when he gets caught?
No, from the time that where we are now when he gets out of prison.
I think it's 87.
He's in 87. He gets caught in 91. That's 4 years. 4 years of you knowing that this person is horribly troubled, and it's not just alcohol. You're smelling body parts. You're seeing taxidermy stuff. You've had improper exposure at the fair. He's molesting children. Like, it's like and you're still like, well, maybe somebody else should try and take care of it. I don't understand.
But here's the thing, though. What do you do? I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses for him. I know there are red flags. Nana saw red flags too, and she lied to the police and made up stories and still let him live there and tried to take him to church, and you know what I mean? So it's like, what can you do? I feel like, he wrote the letter to the judge. I'm not going to let him live with me.
Yeah.
I'm still very horrified that he let him stay with Nana that long with all the stuff that was going on and the red flags that were happening.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else he really could do. the dad, especially when the police are doing nothing, when the judge is doing nothing. Everybody's justifying all of his actions. Where do you turn at that point? And I think that they showed that when he was released from prison, and his dad was asking him, "Hey, what type of rehabilitation?" This is what he's saying. What type of rehabilitation did you get?
Right.
And he went and he broke down because he knew
there's nothing he could do.
Yeah, who's gonna help him?
Okay.
Who's going to help? So when you get to the point where he's sitting in jail in 1991 and hears these things about his son, did he feel like there was something else he could have done? What do you do? I don't know what else he could have done.
The things I want to say work today, but not necessarily back then. I'd be like, well, just go find somebody that deals with this and force him into some type of like rehabilitation, whatever it is. But those particular programs, I don't think were as prevalent as they are today. Like now you can get psychological mental help a lot easier than you could 40 years ago. Keep in mind, like the context is 40 years.
That's true.
It's almost a half a century ago.
That's very true.
You know, so the stuff that I would say now may not fly back then.
Very true. And you have the judge justifying, saying you're still a good child. You can still turn your life around. So, you know, how are you as the father going to say anything different if this man of the bench is telling you that that I'm going to justify it for you and it's okay and you can continue on. You know what I mean? I'm infuriated. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know how he slipped through all of these cracks, how all the systems failed him. I have no idea. I still think he's horrible. I still think there's no justification for it. But,
no, of course there's no justification. It's just interesting just to see how it's allowed to continue, how the system is based in a way that even when you don't want to win, you'll still win.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just bananas. All right, well, listen.
Okay. We could go on forever.
Frustration. Let us know what you think. Tell us what we got right, what we got wrong, what we missed. We love reading that part in the comments. And of course, be nice. I'm here with go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, make sure you go for a walk, breathe in some fresh air, clear your mind, talk to your mama something.
Bananas. It's bananas. I'm here with the beautiful Mikel-Claire. I don't even have a good little wobbly thing that I do.
It's beautiful. You're like,
it's just frustrating.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know if I could do this right now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got to sit on this for a second, clear my head, because that's just. It makes you want to just break something.
It does.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out. Sorry we brought the mood down. It's just, we're fresh off of processing this. We hope you will hang out and catch the previous episodes. There's a link in the description for some of the previous ones. And of course, give the channel the thumbs up if you just enjoyed the conversation. I'm Syntell and I'm pissed. I'll catch y'all later. All right, peace out.